Man. I'll give it a few more minutes for people to join in for anything else. Okay, took care of that. So, let me fix that. So, all right, let's see how many people we got in here. So yeah, I don't know how many people are in here, but yeah, the show after the show, pretty much. So chat, what do you want to talk about? There's well, there's quite a lot to talk about, isn't there? I hope it was worth the wait for you guys. I know that took a while, but I just want to make sure that I give you guys the best video that I can, and just like I said in the chat, um, my goal is making every season bigger than the last. Yep, that was Chicago Motor Speedway. Um, because I obviously want to keep getting you guys excited for what's ahead, what's moving forward. And yeah, stay patient here. The cars are getting slowly released on the Stunod. Um, so yeah, stay tuned for that. Um, wow. Yeah. So cinema. Was that a W? So, seriously, I like. I just want to say first and foremost, thank you so much. Like seriously, I when I started thinking of doing this back in the summer of 2019, I didn't know what this was going to look like, and the fact that 5 years later, I've continued to improve in the quality of my content, rebranded the channel, and everything else, and we've come a long way. First of all, our record for most views during a premiere, I believe, was set at 51. That happened for the 97 video. That record smashed. We had, and I kid you not, we had 69 views at one point. That is the most ever. Um, which nice, right? So, thank you, seriously, thank you all for your support. It seriously means the world that you guys are excited for this, and it just means the world. So, uh, yes, I agree, Ferris. Nice. um, so yeah, there's that. Um, yeah, so that's like I said, I want to keep making every season bigger than the last. I said 1996 was going to be big. Then I said, okay, how can we make 97 bigger? Now how can we make 98 bigger? So now we got to continue that going into 99 and into the 2000s, and we'll keep the train going. We'll keep the story going. Um, we'll kick off and get to work on 1999 before you know it, and which it's going to be a special year on its own, right? It's the last year of the 20th century of the 1990s, and 2000 kind of marks that the beginning of a new, right? The future, because like back in the 80s and 90s, that was like the year that everybody looked forward to was 2000. What was life going to be like around that time? Um, so yeah, there, like I said, there's a lot to discuss here. So first of all, Stock GT, Bill Lester winning the championship. We had some new faces in there for sure. Of course, this is being a co-sanctioned league with IMSA. Bill Lester becoming the first African American champion in NASCAR history, just a year after Jeff Braben became the first international champion. Um, so that to me is really cool on its own. We had another tiebreaker. We had an exciting championship battle there. Moving on to Super Sportsman, the Earnhardt family is thriving. I know Kelly Earnhardt kind of had a down year, but I think she will improve. Carrie Earnhardt winning the title there. Kelly Williams showing her own. And we definitely are seeing the rise of a lot of young stars across the lower series. The Craftsman Truck Series, obviously, drivers like Greg Biffle, Chris Trickle, Jimmy Johnson showing up. I will point out with Jimmy Johnson. So the reason why we chose him to go to Spears is because that was like the best independent Truck Series team, and it showed. Top 5 in points, won 3 races. Um, that he's from California, so the way things are more structured here in SNL, it made a lot more sense to just do something like that. So that's why we put Jimmy Johnson in the 75. And who knows where he goes from here, right? So, somebody could bring him into their system. Um, there's a lot of potential for guys like him, for Kevin Harvick, for Greg Biffle, and all those guys that are working their way up. And it's gonna be exciting to see what they're gonna look like here in the coming seasons. Um, Brian Refner being the champion, um, that one's kind of special on its own because not only has he had a better career and has had plenty of more wins in this timeline, but what kind of makes this one special is, well, Brian Refner's only truck win in real life was the same race that Tony Roper lost his life in. Um, but obviously that's got to suck that that was like his only win was kind of overshadowed by tragedy, but that's not the case here. And now he's a truck champion. He's like mid 30s at this point, but you know, he could become a really good truck veteran in the circuit for sure. So I think that one is truly special on its own. Of course, IROC, trying to continue to do kind of some different things with IROC to make it more fun and exciting moving forward. And of course, Sterling Marlin, he beat his Cup Series teammate. Um, are we ever going to see the rise of Tony Roper? He is in trucks, driving for Roush. He did get a win in '97, so we'll see how he does in 1999 for sure. And yes, history has for sure been made this season. Absolutely. So yeah, the Truck Series. We talked about that. Hollywood Motorsports. I wanted to bring that up. So we felt like NASCAR has become a bigger deal in this timeline than even in real life. And of course, NASCAR had the big growth in the 90s, but I feel like NASCAR is an even bigger deal now at this point. So I think that's what kind of leads to the idea of, hey, NASCAR's really like white hot right now. So maybe let's do a sequel to Days of Thunder. So that's kind of where we came up with all that. And Tim Richmond starting up Hollywood Racing, or Hollywood Motorsports. Dang it, I keep doing it. Anyway, Hollywood Motorsports. Um, so, and of course, the whole thing there is yes, Eric Norris is the son of Chuck Norris. He did some open wheel racing in real life, and he's going to be doing some. He had some good runs. He had some good runs, and of course, and Dave Blaney doing a few races in that car too. So, stay tuned for that 46 truck next season. Of course, I mentioned Tim Richmond's going to drive the full season in the Truck Series in 1999. He's retiring from full-time Winston Cup racing. I know, Jed. I know. I'm sorry. um. So yeah, that is that was a pretty big deal there. We wanted to make that a major highlight in the video, especially with the Truck Series, is talking about Hollywood Motorsports. The Busch Series, of course, Brett Favre becomes a co-owner, teams up with Dale Jarrett. So Dale Jarrett hasn't really panned out as a Cup star, but there's a really good opportunity for him to pan out as a really good owner and team owner, and something that can be really big and innovative for the sport. With a guy like Brett Favre coming in, picking up Tim Steele from ARCA. And I got to say, that's also a feel good on its own. Of course, in real life, Tim Steele did pass away back in January of this year. So I felt like that was kind of special to get to see him clinch the Busch title like that. Um, that was cool for sure. And as I mentioned, the Busch series was stacked. Tons of rookies, tons of young drivers coming in. And yeah, Tim Steele is like early 30s. He's around the age 30. He's a little older, but again, I think that also sets the precedent. I think that a lot of drivers are going to see that and go, this is what we can become. And Tim Steele was able to use his ARCA experience because ARCA already runs on a lot of the big NASCAR tracks, and even at that point. So I think that was Tim Steele's advantage there. And it worked out for him. It really worked out for him, giving in what really is Jared Farr's first year. They win a title. They almost had two with Kelly Williams in Super Sportsman, and she's become a big deal. So that's a team that's certainly on the rise. Another one for sure is Washington Irving, excuse me. So in case you guys were wondering, I know somebody asked who runs Washington Irving. So that team is ran by former NFL running back Joe Washington and former NBA player Julius Irving, in case you guys are wondering. How many full-time female drivers do you think we see by 2008? That's a good question. That's really hard to tell since we're about 10 years away from that. But, I've also tried to come up with a list of female drivers that have come and gone over the years, just so I can think, okay, so by this year we can start thinking about this driver. And I've been trying to do that with just drivers in general, too. So it's hard to predict, I can't even tell you what's going to happen in 2001, right? But still, going or by 2003. Well, for sure, Patty Moyes' career at this point in 98, she had retired from full time, or she had retired from racing. But because of her success, she's going to be around a little bit longer. So, and Shauna, she's here to stay. We'll talk about her here in a little bit. Of course, Kelly Earnhardt, she's definitely one that's going to be around for a while, for quite some time to come. Got to talk about Kelly Williams. And there's could be some other female stars on the way, too. So, for sure, we could still have 4 or 5 full-time by 03 for sure. How did Adam Petty in his handful of races in 98, and he will go full-time? Well, considering the fact that he nearly won that truck race at Texas World, which I know has got to be heartbreaking, but on the other hand, you got to sit there and go, he was battling with Ernie Irvan and Tim Richmond, two pretty good Cup drivers, just turned 18 years old. This was like his third start in the Truck Series, and he went out and did that. That's going to make headlines. That's going to make people turn their heads and go, hey, who is this young man? So, yeah, Adam Petty, be on the lookout for him. He's been impressing. So, it'll be interesting to see what we do figuring out things with him as we continue to develop 1999. So, yeah, talking about the Busch series, of course, John Nemechek finally wins some races. I was getting worried for a bit. After that New Hampshire thing where he had to pit, I sat there and went, oh my God, he's going to go winless again, isn't he? Come on, just one. And finally he won Bristol, and I was like, finally. I will say this too. Kenny Brack has put together a pretty solid season. His transition to stock car has been going well. And for whatever reason, he's been good on the short tracks. I don't know what it is, but every time we're running a short track, I got you, Jet. But kind of multitasking here. But yeah, so Kenny Brack's definitely one to watch there. There's so many stories out of the Busch series. I mean, that was probably like, especially that we started using the Cup 98 mod this year. Well, the GNS 98 mod. yeah, be sure to stick around. Give me 1 second here. Alrighty. I'm really worried that the freaking audio is gonna cut out again. I hope to God that doesn't happen. Um, Basically, what I'm doing is we are currently getting the cars up on Stunod for you guys. So that's what we're doing pretty much. Um, and yeah, we got something else planned for y'all shortly. So stay tuned for all that fun stuff. All right. That's not what I wanted. But yeah, the Busch Series has been a lot of fun, and then of course the Winston Cup, Alan Kowicki winning the Daytona 500, especially for the 50th anniversary of NASCAR. You know, in real life we had Dale winning it after 20 years of trying, 20 years of frustration. Here, you know, you have Alan Kowicki, who who's been around in Cup for a little over 10 years. You know, a guy who started his team for next to nothing. And yeah, he hasn't won a championship, but he's been really successful still. And in a way, the Daytona 500 really adds on to it for him. Um, so that I thought was pretty cool to see. Um, so yeah, I mean, I just it was really cool to see that. Again, I'm just kind of multitasking here. Okay. Yeah, I'm just getting the cars ready to go. Okay. Car sets. By the way, Stock GT and Super Sportsman are out. I am getting the trucks and Busch cars out for you. I have to like go back and forth. Oh, yeah, good mention there, Cody. Shout out to the guys at Fork in the Road. Um, they had a great video. They started off their 2002 season, and pretty exciting, right? So I will say I left the comment in there. Obviously, if you haven't seen it, be sure to check it out. I thought it was cool the fact that Ganassi has quickly become a big powerhouse here. Hold on. Excuse me. That Ganassi has become a powerhouse there, and Sapco has become a powerhouse here. I just thought that was kind of unique in a way, because obviously in real life, Ganassi bought into um, Sapco's team. So yeah, let me finish releasing these cars. Oh, I'm sure there's opportunities for Steven Rhodes. Obviously, it's hard to say what'll happen. So much can happen. The Cup Series looks absolutely different, of course, um, compared to real life. Let's see here. I wonder what. So I don't think Chip is going to buy Sapco's team in this timeline. And again, speculation for now, but I really, I really feel like Sapco is an elite team at this point. You know, they have become quite the powerhouse, and I think they're doing just fine on their own. And this is a team that's going to continue to find success for many years to come. Really, I mean, they won quite a lot, so something to think about there. Um, there we go. Like I said, I apologize. I'm kind of multitasking at the moment. So yeah, I am getting the car, or Jet and I are getting the cars ready to go for y'all. And Like I said, there's already a couple out. I'm just working on a couple of more. Okay. There's that. But seriously, overall, and of course, all this leading up, I want to point this out really quick. So, if you guys remembered, I did a poll and I asked, I asked, who do you guys think who's most likely to become the first female cup champion? I asked that question before I ran any cup races. So, it wasn't like, oh, you were hinting at something. It was more, it was a question worth discussing because I felt like, it was something that was going to be bound to happen at some point. And, yeah, so, sorry, I kind of lost my train of thought for a moment. Jesus. I'm going to drink my Pepsi real quick. Now sponsored by KCL. Oh, I needed that. Okay. There's a lot, like I said, I asked the infamous Cody Rhodes question, what do you want to talk about? There's a lot to talk about. So, let's see. I am clicking on the wrong thing here. Okay. That's not where I put the actual download in. Come on, Alex, you've done this before. But yeah, please feel free to ask anything. And I will do the best I can to answer, of course. Alright, this is the Trucky Trucks. Alright. Tagline. There we go. Any truck series. Let me just go back and forth here. Like I said, just stand by really quick. Let's see what I can do here. Yeah, again, just seeing Shauna Robinson win the Cup Series championship is really special on its own, really. I'll go back and fix that later. It didn't tell me to do that earlier. Okay. Let's see. Like I said, I just made the Truck Series set live. Just a quick heads up there. Let's see. Is there a Winston Cup? Is there like a Cup 98 folder? Oh, Jesus. Okay. Yes, the 64 Project Indie team did close down after that. So, like I said, I will get to answering your questions here shortly. I'm just currently doing a few housekeeping things. There it is. And then it's featured in the Sunday Night Lights 19 video. And then I'll copy this. I don't know what I did there, but there we go. Gotta make a couple more adjustments to those, but I will get those up. So yeah, how do y'all like those alternate paint schemes for sure? I will definitely in the next stream. I could potentially do something with the old Talladega for sure. I know we did that in the last stream for sure. You know, yeah, Dodge. Yeah, I definitely need to talk about that. Dodge has some work to do for sure. You know, they finally get that much needed victory, but unfortunately, they still got some work to do. They got that win, but again, things aren't panning out correctly, which means they'll definitely have to see what kind of adjustments need to be made moving forward. But anyway, with that being said, the one thing I wanted to get to, I figured I could bring on some of the guys that have helped me on this project. So, one second here. So with that, we do have those car sets up on Stunod Racing. And like I said, I'm going to add some friends here in a moment. Looks like they are ready, so I'll go ahead and make sure this is turned on. And...
All
right. All right, let's see here. Can you guys hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay, cool. And it looks like it's being picked up on the stream as well. So yeah. Yeah, we have Jet and Ferris in here with me, and hopefully Rose Jam will join in a bit too. So
how y'all doing tonight?
He's just a hack. He's just an absolute hack.
Bruh.
Okay, that was not planned. I think I forgot Discord has a feature. I forgot with Discord Nitro there's a soundboard feature where it automatically plays a chosen soundboard, and I think that's my soundboard whenever I come into a chat. That was completely unplanned, and I forgot that was a thing.
Oh, you're good. I didn't realize that.
I was just like, wait, what the fuck? Where's it played?
Don't say that. We're on YouTube. We're on YouTube.
We're gonna get slapped.
Okay.
I was advised to be professional here. Okay. It's already very hard when my soundboard already played without my input. So I'm gonna just put that out there real quick.
All right, let's get back on topic. How are y'all doing this evening? Let's get those questions fired up for all of us. Alex, would you like to continue?
Yes, sorry, I forgot to add the
Oh
thumbnails
my
to it too
god.
because I was like rushing everything last second, just like, but
all 5 car sets are available on Stunod right now, plus the Nike Racing PSD. If any of you are interested in that,
yeah, we definitely got to talk about Nike Racing. That's something like how that all came together. That was definitely something new and interesting.
well, you want me to lead the way on the story of that?
If you want to.
No, that all got started because that was kind of
Nike
me
Racing
and
family.
that was kind of me and Rose Jam's thing. So something y'all will see if you download the Nike Racing PSD I just put on Stunod. So, fun fact: Nike Racing is technically not an all original idea because we found out in our spontaneous research that Nike very briefly had a program in the year 2000 that was for Adam Petty, Joe Gibbs Racing, and Adrian Fernandez in kart. And the only archive we could find of any of this being legitimate was a Sports Business Journal article, a polo with the Nike Racing logo on it, and me at the NASCAR Hall of Fame back in the spring finding this logo on Adam Petty's actual car and trying to figure out what it actually was. So Rose Jam and I did a bunch of research. I recreated the logo, and then this kind of just spiraled into an idea of, hey, what if we did something cool that was new and basically did something kind of like the Coke Racing family, but for teams? And that's how this all came about. It was kind of our idea, the two of us made, and Alex loved it. So we went from there.
Yeah,
But do I mention what I remember how I asked ChatGPT to give me ideas for the Nike Racing family?
We're not going into that.
Oh, okay.
If you'd like to share the stories, but I'd like to keep it to the good ideas and not the bad AI ideas that we did not do at all.
You don't like the NASCAR driver musical Nike commercial? I think ChatGPT ate with that. Okay, go on.
But yeah, you mentioned the Hall of Fame. As somebody who's been to the Hall of Fame a couple times, I remember seeing Adam Petty's car up there and seeing that Nike Racing logo. I'm like, huh, interesting. So
I want to go ahead and answer BRX's question to that. If you guys have your own answers to this, go ahead. But so my favorite paint schemes that I've made, there's a lot of good ones that I made for this. I really, really like everything that I've done with all the Jeff Gordon cars that I did for this year, including all the alternates. Though I would say collectively those are my favorite. If I had to pick one, I would say, spoiler alert for the alternates if you haven't taken a look at the list yet, but the World Cup alternate that I did, because I actually ripped those graphics off of a McDonald's fry box on eBay, and that is how I made that paint scheme. So that was a really fun one. As for the one that gave me the headaches, this doesn't entirely count, but the best example I could think of. So when I was moving Bill Elliott's car over from the Thunderbird to the Taurus this year, that was so hard to line up, and I have no idea why. And here's a fun behind-the-scenes fact for you that Alex can confirm. We actually didn't have the complete paint scheme on until we actually filmed the video, because it was too frustrating for me to actually get to line up on the Taurus for some reason. But we finally figured it out after a while.
yeah, we got it sorted it out. And I guess for me, that's a tough one. I guess with the alternate schemes, I really liked well, it's a little bit biased, but you may have noticed the Jeff Green Budweiser Mark McGuire car. I made that because I realized, well, with Gateway now on the Cup schedule, and this was right after McGuire had broken the single season home run record for the St. Louis Cardinals that year. I was like, well, this is kind of fitting. I could do something special with that. So that's basically what I came up with.
My favorite one that I did was honestly one because I already like the Patty's paint scheme that I make. So just swapping the colors is pretty cool. I want to be honest, it's probably because I just loved what I did with the hood of the Coke Cherry car.
Mm-hmm.
I just had fun making that punky abstract design on the hood. It was really fun to do. And as for the one that gave me the most trouble was probably the Pepsi car, because I had like 6 iterations of Elliot's Pepsi car, and I chose the one that didn't look like a Jeff Gordon ripoff. Because I tried really hard. I was like, yo, a Pepsi car with flames looks cool. And then I made my original design. I was like, oh, this is just a flame DuPont car with Pepsi on top. Oops.
Back to the drawing board.
Yes. And I just want to say really quick, and I'm sure Alex will agree to this on behalf of him. I know Alex and I are kind of the two frontmost facing folks from Sunday Night Lights, but give a hand for Rose Jam and Ferris, because they do so much behind the scenes, and I don't think we give them enough credit for it, even if Alex and I really should be doing it more. So give a metaphorical hand for them, because they've done so much. Rose Jam, all the stuff with the custom tracks and their architecture. Ferris has kind of led the driver rating system and created a whole like algorithm that we've been using to update them year after year. Rose Jam actually redid the team rating system this year as well, so they've been working together a little bit with that. So we got to give a thank you to them. I know Alex and I get a lot of the credit since we do the art for it, but they deserve all the credit in the world, and they've got their own paint schemes as well. So just want to give them the shout out.
Since you mentioned it, obligatory, I'm the reason the truck series even exists in this timeline. I'm just going to say that real quick. Don't think I forget Jet's original proposal.
How could we forget?
Oh,
We have talked about that on stream before. So
I know.
by the way, I know I'm the one getting off topic here, but I just want to alert to my fellow sports fans, both in the audience. Hawaii is currently leading UCLA 13-10.
Oh boy, and they're playing at the high school football stadium, right?
Yes, they are.
My only opinion on anything right now is that the NCAA rigged it for Colorado. That's all I have an opinion on right now.
Fair.
Ferris, we've been talking over you a little bit. What would you like to share? Sorry about that.
Well, given the last question about the favorite paint scheme you made and the headache, I think I only did one, so it's kind of both the favorite and the one I got the headache from, the 61.
Mm-hmm.
The last one, I keep getting it confused. It was Master Strickland, but it was one of those two driving the car. So by default, they were both. It was simultaneously my favorite and the biggest headache.
That's fair.
Yeah, 61 card turned out great. But yeah, it's been a collaborative effort these last 5 years now, almost.
Almost.
I remember this chat in 2019.
Oh yeah.
That seems so long ago, but it's only 5 years.
And in a way, we've come a long way with what we've done, and now that, especially for me getting better with free cam and stuff like that, has made the videos so much better. And man, I love how these videos have been coming out more and more over the last couple of years.
We keep making them bigger, and you guys, the fans, the audience keeps getting bigger. So thank you all. I didn't mention this, Alex, but if you have not seen this yet, on the actual 1998 video, we are about to hit 200 views already.
Wow. And like I said, we had 69 premiere views, which is the most that I've ever had. So maybe for 1999, could we get to 100?
Yes. Also, to go off of Brendan Hartzer's point, yes, the the Bank of America merged with, I believe it was First Union in the fall of 1998, and they switched over to the blue and red logo that we know now in October of that year. So we did have Kelly Earnhardt run a new, well, slightly new, even though it was just a slightly different colored paint scheme for the last 4 or 5 races of the year. I don't remember exactly when we switched it, but that's how we did it. We really paid attention to detail for that.
Yeah, that's something like important to watch moving forward. Is what mergers happen, what logos change as the years go on, especially
Yeah.
like. Go ahead.
Oh no, I was just saying because I was like, yeah, it's fantastic because Stavco's going to have to love that stuff because I got Barbie and Mellow Yellow both changed their logo in the middle of '99, so that's cool.
Yeah.
So go. And also, one other note I'll make on the Kelly Earnhardt point. I'm personally, unless Alex for some reason finds a reason to, not expecting to change Kelly Earnhardt's paint scheme for next year again. So consider the blue version of Kelly Earnhardt's car the first 1999 reveal by complete accident.
Yep.
All right. Alex, looks like you got a question, unless you had another point you wanted to make.
Yeah. What do you think is the most shocking Cup winner of the SNL timeline so far? Man, I feel like it keeps getting one upped year after year.
Excuse me.
You're good. Like for example, I know Trevor Boyes. I want to say 84, 85. Let me check. I know I had the. I know I have. I have a. By the way, I have a huge Google Doc where I keep track of all the winners and pole sitters and champions. I'm gonna make a copy of that, and I'm going to send you guys at some point here. Send a version of that for you guys to just look at that as like a fun little reference guide. So yeah, 83 in Michigan. That was Trevor Boyes. Of course, then 2 years later, J.D. McDuffie won at Michigan. It seems this Michigan track that I've used has provided some really crazy winners. Mark Thompson has got to be the craziest one by far. And of course, it is funny because I went to Michigan recently, and what was special for that was Patty Moyes, right? Because in this timeline, that's the win that changed everything. So, um, to me, I think the one with the most importance of the upsets have got to be Patty. But yeah, I think the most shocking Cup winners have got to be probably Trevor Boyes 83, McDuffie 85, and then Mark Thompson in the early 90s. All of them coming at Michigan. But and then of course in terms of the Daytona 500, Tommy Gale in 81, James Hilton in 82, Eddie Bierschwell winning it, which has pretty much kept him in the Cup Series this long. And he's gotten a couple other wins since then. That was the 91 500. So, yeah. Gosh, it's been crazy.
I just want to add that it's really funny how one of the first races in the year in our simulation was Tommy Gale. This year is stupid.
Yeah, and looking back at 81, that was kind of like, that was just trying to learn everything, and trying to do better, and getting help and just trying to figure things out. And the fact that, that race was wild on its own with a bunch of wrecks, and then it just came down to Tommy Gale winning that. And that's kind of what started everything and has kind of set the precedent for where we are now. 18 seasons into this thing is just absolutely wild where we've come from.
Indeed.
And it gets wilder every year.
Yeah, that's the plan. We want to make every year bigger than the last. So the call Alex made 1998 Atlanta finale reminded me of the call from the 2011 IndyCar race at Twin Ring Motet. Yeah, that, and I know I said move over boys when Patty got her first Cup win. So I also wanted to play back to that. So, I wanted to make sure, when I finished up that season, I went, okay, I gotta make this really special. So, and that was yeah, I love how all that came out, and now now you could consider like what happens next. There's a lot of questions, right? So who's going to lead the next generation of drivers, what tracks are we end up going to, um, who's going to follow in Shauna's footsteps. There's a lot of questions to be answered.
I think we're going to go to Rainbow Road in 2001. What do you guys think?
Don't fall off.
First off, I think there's also Bubba Nissen himself. Like I think it was like when he first showed up, it was like he was running well. We gave him a few more races. Little did we know how the dominoes fell after that. And I think the next couple of years are going to be the next couple of years are going to be real exciting too, because this was the time in real life when there was a gold mine of young talent coming out, and we're already seeing them right now. So we're definitely going to see a bunch of new ones.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, Bubba Nissen has just been so unique because this is a guy like none of us knew who he was before this series, and he just kind of came along and started winning a bunch of races, and one thing led to another, and now he's established himself as a decorated driver in the Cup Series. And we don't even know much about the guys. We have one picture of him.
Just one.
Yep. One's better than
And
none.
and fun fact, he here's a fun fact for you all if you didn't know. He has a Wikipedia article because of me. I created Bubba Nissen's Wikipedia article myself. That is not a joke. Of course, for the real one, not our Bubba Nissen.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's see. I will also mention what was I gonna say? So, I apologize that it's taken me a while with the older cars. Speaking of, we're talking about the previous years. In the description of the video, there is a link. Um, so, it's the Cup 88. It's the Era 88, I think, with the Cup physics. And then I'll double check that. And I'll put that in the description too. And then the Cup 90. But I started on that. There may be some missing, and if there are, please let me know. If there's any issues, please let me know. But yeah, there's a MediaFire link in the description to those cars. Um, and let's see. Hopefully, the shirts have become public on the site. I made them public, so hopefully maybe it'll just take a few minutes to fully update. So
Yes. Alex, would you like me to talk a little about that as the merch czar, if you'd like to call me that?
sure, go ahead, Merch Czar.
So as I mentioned, not all, as Alex mentioned, all 6 of this year's champions we had t-shirts designed based off of. We obviously had to be careful to not use names and that kind of thing, just because legal reasons. So that's why they are somewhat generic, but we really like what we did with them. And a bonus surprise that kind of came about late that was not in the video since it was done a few days ago that we did, just as one more bonus. We actually have t-shirts that we did as well for Hollywood Motorsports with just that logo, if you're interested in that. And we also have t-shirts done with my logo for the 1997 Louisiana All-Star Race and the 1998 Las Vegas All-Star Race. We modified them a little bit because obviously we can't say NASCAR or Winston on them, but there are t-shirts with those designs if you guys are interested. So use the links in the video as well. And as Alex has said, any and all proceeds are greatly appreciated by him because they go toward making his projects, whether this or other things, even better.
Yep, certainly. And double check here.
Oh, so I wanted to say something real quick because it's kind of funny, unrelated to SNL, but since it was mentioned in the chat, it said a Mushroom Gorge or Coconut Mall in SNL. All right, I just want to say this because it's kind of funny that that was mentioned because I was watching, like, it was like yesterday or the day before, I was watching a TWD98 video. He's like a popular Mario Kart 8 person. I was unironically he was doing like on a race on Mushroom Gorge, and I was unironically thinking, how can I put this in NR? I'm not even gonna lie. That was like, how can I put this in NR? And have it
You're
make
the
sense?
one. You're the track person. You can make it happen.
Absolutely.
I don't think we have bouncy mushrooms on Sandbox, unfortunately.
If you want an easier one, I know Royal Raceway has been made for Assetto Corsa, so you could do that for NR 2003.
Any of the any of the GP tracks I could probably do, like Luigi Circuit or some shit or something like that.
Mhm.
Balls in your court.
Hey, I have a very beta version of the first ever Super Mario Kart track on my Sandbox files. I just haven't done anything with it because I can't make the AI drive worth a bad word.
Worth a YouTube.
Worth a darn doodly.
Yeah, I am terrible. I don't know why. I can do everything except make the AI race well. I guess that's just because I'm garbage at racing, but go figure.
Well, and that's something we'll absolutely continue to work on for sure and figure all that fun stuff out.
Yeah, but yeah. Mario Kart.
This is getting back to SNL. This is a random story I just want to tell, but I saw Cody mention Las Vegas in the chat. I know that was a reference to Kurt Busch. So something funny that me and the rest of the guys have realized. So Kyle Petty for the last few seasons has been having a Kurt Busch run where he keeps on having good seasons where he only gets one win a year. And now here he comes this year and wins 7 races. And I made the joke to Alex from the very start of the season when he won at Las Vegas that, like, oh, winning at Las Vegas is going to break the curse because Kurt is from there. And then here comes Kyle Petty to lead the season in wins. I think it's the most wins we've had in a season in several years. And he almost certainly would have won the championship if it wasn't for his wrecks at Michigan and a few other tracks early in the season that just held him back the whole way.
Yeah.
Well, if Kyle Petty's having a Kurt Busch type of career right now, I guess, if you want to say it, where's my Kyle Petty Radio Sweetheart compilation?
Ooh, I mean, never forget Kyle Petty's wreck at Sonoma. He's already a radio sweetheart.
Yep. What the was that? Let's see.
Alex can take the conversation. I don't want to keep taking over, but I will ask this question as the head of the paint schemes, even though we've all created this. What are some of your guys' favorite paint schemes in general from this season? I want to know. Both whether they're new, returning ones, all that. We got a lot of good ones.
Oh wait, that's kind of biased.
Not just kind of biased, very biased. I will say really quick also, the Mark Martin paint scheme, since they have that in front of him from a new scheme. I honestly don't remember if we actually really mentioned that explicitly in the video, but it was obviously there, and I really like it, besides for the fact that I accidentally kind of made a Hendrick Cars paint scheme, so it looks pretty similar to that, but I'm happy with it.
Yeah. The Mark Martin scheme was really nice, for sure. So, let's see.
Like, I like all of Jet's schemes because he's a great designer and stuff, but that doesn't stop me from making a joke that, honestly, I'm not even gonna lie, 90% of his schemes look like other schemes. I don't know why.
Look like what?
It's just in my head. It just looks like all of his schemes just look familiar to real life schemes. I don't know why.
Because Rose messed with me when I made the whatchamacallit, the Tim Richmond throwback to JD Stacy about why is Exxon on the Wrangler car, and I kept on explaining, well, not seriously explaining, but kept on being like, it's the same paint scheme. This is the same throwback. And then the Sunday Night Lights show car with the murky greenish color and the yellow immediately, of course, Rose Jim Klutz back with the, oh well, this is the Chad Little 97, all that.
But look, it's not even just you. I've already told you. I do it to myself too. Like I said, I literally worked. I had to make like 6 Pepsi concepts before I can find a non-DuPont lookalike. And I only showed this car to Jet and Sonic, but I did make a concept for a thing, and it was the yellow car I shared. When I was making it, I was just like, oh, this is just a McDonald's car, even though it's clearly not.
Yeah.
I was just like, well, I guess we all do this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, we also got a stats question in chat. I'm assuming Ferris is looking back at his records already about it because he's kind of our records person.
Indeed, I am. So, let me see here. So, from the end of '97, Petty had 14 wins. So and he won this 98-7, I think. So, 21. That's quite a lot in real life. Just 180 left before he can reach his dad. I'm sure he'll make it in time.
For sure, Kyle's had a much better career here. He's a Cup champion. He's had all these wins. He's been really good. Especially, he's going to go down as probably one of the top stars of the '90s for sure. In this timeline.
And he goes out I'd say, well, not went out obviously, but he was a champion and he won that title in his father's last full-time race.
Yep.
So yes, obviously everyone, please keep the questions coming if you're interested. And yeah, Cody, I like what you said about how this is SNL Race Hub. I like this idea. We should do this again sometime.
Yeah. Like I said, this there's a lot of fun things coming, and stay tuned for it all because we're gonna party like Prince said, we're gonna party like it's 1999.
Yeah.
Sounds a lot
and then hopefully the year 2000 won't brick Alex's computer or something.
Just remember what Best Buy said. Remember to turn off before midnight on 12/31/99.
All right, Ferris, you were speaking. I'm sorry, I talked over you again.
I was just saying, we party 1999 like Prince and not Prince or God. That's all that is. And I see that Andrew Church was asking about an all-time win list. Maybe I guess for the next video we can put a link to it.
Yeah.
So that's
yeah. I think we could certainly do something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, because we can once we get the next iteration of our records saved, we could probably just save it separately and link it just that way. Obviously, if we update it through 1999 or 2000, nobody sees anything. That's important.
Yep. Let's see. Was there any other options considered? Have Favre purchased before settling on Jarrett? I guess I'll talk more about that. So, obviously, I know the big thing that people were wondering is, are we going to do the Bud Moore Brett Favre thing? And the more we thought about it, this is more than just putting in a bunch of what ifs in a timeline. And with everything that has happened, so much has changed to where just the outcomes are different. And for that reason, we kind of sat there and went, hey, we think Jarrett Favre could be a really good option here. And I think the way it all set up was pretty good because this is a team that, in my opinion, could be a potential powerhouse down the road potentially. So obviously, in Cup they didn't do too hot. Dale Jarrett's just kind of building the program, but when you look at them in Busch, I mean, Tim Steele won the championship, and then Kelly Williams doing great in Super Sportsman. Jason Jarrett had some good runs.
Yeah. And
be,
let me tell you, Kelly Williams is trying to overtake Bubba Nissen as the most WTF driver of this timeline, because we put her in as not necessarily a field filler, but as a potential driver, because she was the first female driver to win in CASCAR up in Canada. So that's why we decided, we could throw her in Super Sportsman. And then she lights up the charts in her handful of starts. We took her full time, and obviously she finished second in the championship, ran some Busch races. And I don't think this is even mentioned in the video, but fun fact, she won the pole in one of her Busch races too. And Alex can confirm, my live reaction was, oh my God.
Yes, Gateway. Yeah. It was Gateway she won the pole for, funny enough. And I sat there and went, oh boy. So, Canadianisms. Yes. Let's see. Did the
game does what the game wants.
NR 2003 has a mind of its own, I swear. Let me see, the 32 car. So the Gillette scheme was a alternate paint scheme, one of the many that we made, as well as that Green Bay Packers car you saw in the Road America part.
Reasonable response.
Did you do that because you're a Chargers fan?
Well, maybe.
Yeah,
I'm never gonna get a Chargers Nike car, but I can look forward to a Lakers car at least.
Yeah,
what?
Yeah. Unfortunately for you all, Rose Jam over here is a Chargers fan. They do exist, surprisingly enough.
Yeah. And one of my coworkers is a Chiefs fan. I hate it. Garbage.
I am a Bengals fan. I thought we had it a few years ago. We were this close to greatness. Joe Burrow just needed like 2 more seconds to get the ball to Jamar, and we would have had it. The legacy of sadness would have been over. The legacy of failure, that's what Urinating Tree calls it. Watch Carl Long win the 2000 Daytona 500.
Mike Harmon won a Busch Series race. It's possible.
Yeah, exactly.
He hasn't done anything since, but he won that one race.
Honestly, I could see that Bud Moore Gran Turismo partnership going somewhere, considering how invested GT is in other motorsports, including being the title sponsor of a few series in Europe. I say this while playing GT7 right now. Hey, the first racing game I ever played was GT3. That was one of the first games we got with the PlayStation 2, Christmas 2003. Yeah, when kind of had the idea, I was like, okay, it was interesting because Penske's situation was they had 30-year-old Tommy Kendall, they had Blaze Alexander and Kenseth, who are younger. So we felt like, okay, Penske's more likely to go with Alexander and Kenseth, but they probably want to find a home for Kendall. So we felt like, hey, Bud Moore's Busch team's a good option here. And then we kind of figured out, hey, maybe Sony could be a good sponsor. And then like, oh, wait a minute, Gran Turismo popped up around this time. So I think, this could be something really cool. And to your point, Starlight, yeah, it could be an interesting partnership for sure. With Gran Turismo. So, and based, yeah, I loved GT3 as a kid. That was always such a fun game.
If you need any ideas for Sony-related alts, I'm kind of a PlayStation person, so I'm here.
PlayStation.
I guess while we're talking about...
Or any video game-related scheme.
I guess while we're talking about alts and promotional ones, I would like to, unfortunately, since the Dale Earnhardt version of this made Rose Jam almost throw up, basically.
Oh, that car is garbage. I don't even care. I'm going to say it to you right to your face. I hate that. I hate that Dale car. Okay, I hate it. It's terrible.
The Utah Jazz one.
Yes, I don't like it. Unironically, it hurts my head.
I didn't even get to the point of the conversation yet. I was going to say I want to talk about the NBA Finals cars because I really liked that idea to tie in with Nike, but I didn't even get to my punchline yet.
I can't. There's something about it, man. I just can't. The Bulls car is cool, but that 3, I just don't. It's weird.
Yeah, just
anyway, go on. What you were saying?
Yeah, I just want to talk a little bit about that. I just thought it was a really fun idea for something we could do with alternates, especially to kind of play into the Gordon and Dale Earnhardt rivalry, which we still think is pretty alive and well, because even though Gordon's a little bit behind his status at this point because he hasn't won a championship yet, he just went winless this year. He took a little bit of a step back. Gordon is still a very popular driver, and
Yes.
he conflicts with Dale Earnhardt well. So I still think that rivalry is alive and well, even if it's a little bit further down the totem pole, just because neither of them are really running for the championship right now.
Yeah.
So we just had fun with it. I'm just kind of looking back at the full list of paint schemes, trying to remember any specific talking points. I could also mention we talked about the Tim Richmond Exxon throwback, but one of the bonus ones that I threw in as an alternate that I don't think was ever shown in the video was I did create a Ralph Earnhardt tribute that Kelly Earnhardt drove, kind of similar to Dale Jr.'s real life one that he did in the 2000s. So that was just a fun little one that I threw together as a throwback that I thought I know we're kind of in the era before throwbacks were really a thing, but I thought it would be a nice little alternate to tie in with the NASCAR 50 years. So that was a fun one to make.
I didn't make it, but I had an idea for it when I was brainstorming. So this is just like a hypothetical car more than anything else. I really think that Coca-Cola Uno polar bear car would be really cool if I can figure out what I want to do with that, or if I can even get graphics for it off of that tin. Just saying.
Oh, that was that. Yeah. Now I gotta. Do I have to look at you? Look at what you've done, Rose. Do I have to explain this story to everyone now? I don't even think Alex heard about this one.
Uh-oh.
I was watching.
I mean, go ahead. Thanks, eBay.
Content warning for the audience. This is a complete tangent, but I was watching a video about versions of Uno one time, and I found out that there was a 1998 Coca-Cola Polar Bear Uno edition. And I thought, this is the most hyper-specific thing that we can make a paint scheme about. And we were talking, it was 100% a joke, but we were talking, do we buy this on eBay just to make this paint scheme? And
they
would
go
I
on
be
for they go for on an average for about $25 on eBay. I'm tempted. Okay.
And would we be and there's no way we would be the first person to ever purchase a item on eBay for an NR 2003 reference photo, right? We could not be the first ones to do it. Because, it's 1998, Sabco Racing is the Coca-Cola team, and Mattel sponsors Patty Moyth, and they own Uno. This is the most specific paint scheme we could possibly make.
Do it.
Yes, Red Ben. It was a Massacre's Mansion video. It was a Massacre's Mansion video.
Oh my god.
It's really funny with the Cody brought up Oreo and Coca-Cola, given the recent turn of events regarding the Oreo flavored Coke and the Coke flavored Oreos.
Oh God.
It all just comes together.
Thanks for reminding me of those.
Hey, maybe we'll get a special scheme in real life. You never know.
Yeah, we might. Atlanta's coming up next week. Someone might surprise us there because that's Coke's home base.
Yep, the Coca-Cola dysfunctional family.
Thanks for the idea, Ferris.
What do you think the 3 people involved in the Richmond incident? What was their common denominator there?
All right. We got to go back since we made the new list of the Coke Racing family for 1998 canon. We've got to go back and find what beef they have. Ferris raises a good point.
Some real awkward meetings.
So I'll add on that. I'll add on that really quick. If I could find the exact list. So for the let's see, I'm trying to find the exact list I made because we did have an actual list. I'm trying to find it in Alex and I's messages, but we do have an actual list of the 7 drivers that we have for the inaugural Coke Racing family in this timeline. They're in the graphics. Some of them are a little hard to find, but so the current Coke Racing family for 1998 is Shauna Robinson, Patty Moyes, Bubba Nissen, Rusty Wallace, Dale Earnhardt, Kelly Earnhardt, and Tim Richmond. And since Tim Richmond is retiring from full-time racing, place your bets in the comments on who will be the next man up.
I'll make a joke, but it's a spoiler.
We do have someone. I will say this: we do have someone in mind, but we're obviously not going to tell you now.
It's obviously most of my comment. Come on.
Yeah, we all know.
No, sorry. He's the Applebee's.
On Crawfordsville Road.
Oh. Now Cody, to raise that point, that's a great question. However, we have had hard liquor and soft drinks. Well, not hard liquor, but hard drinks and soft drinks coexist with that in the past. We have had drivers. Rose Jam and I did research on this one as well. That we could confirm that because we put thought into could we. It wasn't actually because of Rusty and the Coke family. It was because of making sure there wouldn't be any issues with Pepsi and Coors Light both being with the Elliott team. So, Rose Jim, remind me, do you remember what the real example was that we found? We found a really good one, but I actually forget what it was. I mean,
the first thing that pops into my head was Austin Dillon had a Coke and Jack Daniels car.
Yeah. That was one of them.
There were some other ones though. There were multiple schemes there were teams sponsored by both alcohol and soda. Gonna be honest, kind of don't remember. So partly, the other thing that comes to my mind is, Hendrick had Budweiser on the 25 and Pepsi on the 24, but
yeah.
I think that was one we brought up at one point. Actually, now that you mention it,
technically different cars, but still both Hendrick Motorsports.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't think alcohol and soda are even the same. They're not eating into each other market share. So there's really no.
Yeah.
Look at Ferris over here using fancy terms like market share.
Yeah, it's like Subway and Dunkin'. Oh wait.
Now I see somebody, Andrew Church saying Little Debbie. Well, let me one up you with calls with friends. Please.
I just remembered. I know that I have a poster of it. I think it's at my dad's house. It's framed. But I know there used to be like a Team Nabisco. In the early 2000s. I remember...
Alex, we don't need a third family. We already have 2.
Oh, I know. It just made me think of something. For whatever reason, that's what I was thinking of.
Hey, if we're thinking of a third family, like a sponsored family, I asked, this is related to that ChatGPT thing. I asked ChatGPT, because after it gave me all the Nike stuff, and I was just like, all right, what would be a sponsor that would follow the Nike family branding, like, as a competitor or something? This dang program said, the Home Depot family. I was like, hold up.
What? The homies at Home Depot.
And didn't you ask it? I was the one that wanted this to stay off topic, and now I'm going off. If I remember right, didn't you ask it to write a commercial too for the Home Depot one?
It wrote commercial. It wrote a commercial for the Home Depot. I did not even ask. You know what? What would you do for a collab between the Nike family and the Home Depot family? And it wrote a very elaborate commercial of the Nike family and Home Depot family racing together in a commercial. It was insane what AI can do.
Yeah, there's nothing so distant between home renovation materials and athletic sportswear. They go hand in hand.
That's what they want you to think.
Right.
How did that fit?
I do have. If there was a third family, I do have a sort of idea because I saw something on. eBay gives me a lot of ideas unironically, so I'm not really gonna mention it here. But I could also always post in the chat like, hey, what about this for a third family? I think Nick Jet knows. I don't know. Is your first name on here? I don't even know. It is now. Jet.
I think Alex has called me that on a podcast before.
Okay.
That's fine.
I showed him this random thing I found on eBay, and I was like, third family, possibly. Who knows? I'll have to share it in the full chat though to see grabs other ideas potentially.
Sony Racing family.
Oh boy.
It's all
Can we let's just get all 4 consoles in on this because we got to say 4 because the Dreamcast is here for now.
Yeah.
Oh, my concept car I made. What? Oh, I didn't say anything.
Just watch I think it was when the Alchemist mentioned the Gran Turismo thing. For reasons unbeknownst to me, I was thinking, you know what? Sony's in Japan, Gran Turismo's in Japan. Ford just starts a Super GT program with Bud Moore or something. I don't know. Just a crackpot theory.
We don't do much with we try to stay away from like influencing other series, but like we get there's a fun idea.
Yeah, it becomes very hard because now there's speaking about how is this going to affect IndyCar, how is this going to affect Formula One, how is this going to affect the banger race in my local Walmart, so on and so forth. So it'll definitely get more complicated as it goes on.
Yeah.
McDonald's is saying the games down. The Tow Car Goodies Trash series.
So yeah, what other questions do y'all have? Feel free to throw at us from all of us, or we can do that.
Yeah, the SNL family will have to answer your questions.
I will say just generally, and Alex can correct me or expand on this a little bit. We do kind of try to stay away from just overdoing fan ideas just because we want to how do I explain this? Like keep the series as consistent as possible, but we obviously welcome any and all support. And if you guys want to create your own like fun ideas, that's totally fine. I know someone on Stunot a while ago made a Rob Moroso 20 Bass Pro Shops concept that was like fan art, for lack of a better term. So we totally welcome stuff like that if you guys want to flex your own ideas. We are, I will fully admit straight up that we are unlikely to actively use them, but we totally welcome any ideas. So thank you all for your support.
Yeah, thank you guys so much. Seriously, I love seeing people make stuff like that. That's really cool, honestly. The fact that this series has left a lot of influence like that. Um, and like I said, I want to give a shout out to the guys at Fork in the Road too, because it was kind of cool that this was like a big day for creative motorsports content because you had them and then followed by us, and that was really cool. So love what they're doing as well. If you haven't seen it, be sure to check out their video. Um, like I said, we're gonna keep this train going. There's a lot of fun stuff ahead.
I should also point out that since all the car sets are available, there's nothing really stopping you from kind of making your own branched off universe from there. So you can have, so
have fun with it.
Yeah, an AU of an AU.
That's why we release these sets. Have fun with them. We welcome whatever you guys want to do with them.
Absolutely. I encourage more creative stuff like alternate universes and stuff like that. I encourage it. I think it's awesome. Oh man.
Yeah.
So we're just kind of chilling here for a little bit longer, and it's almost
Yeah, we got 13 people still here, even at the late night. I'm not sure where you all are in the country / continent, but of course we got me, Alex, and Ferris are out here in Eastern time, and then we got Rose Jam over here with our filthy West Coaster in the house where it's freaking 8:05. Lucky you. You and your damn California desert.
Without it, we wouldn't have the truck series.
Yeah, but
This game sucks. I'm sorry.
you know what? This game sucks.
No, you have no idea. Okay, look, I'm gonna be real with you. This whole time, I've been playing Mario Kart Double Dash, and I cannot. So I've been okay. The super tangent here. I'm just gonna say it. I love retro achievements. Great website. If you want to play games for some achievements, a great website. It's really
Hashtag not sponsored. Hashtag not sponsored.
not sponsored.
Not sponsored.
But Retro Achievements is a really cool site where it's like PS3, PS4, PS5, or Xbox One stuff. They input achievements through emulators for classic games. They recently did the GameCube, and I started playing Mario Kart Double Dash again because of it. And one of the achievements is win all 4 races on 150cc with Donkey Kong and Diddy Kong. And I have been playing for the last 2 hours. This game cheats, okay? This is the cheatingest Mario Kart in the history of all Mario Karts. I cannot stand it. I have been playing as these 2 loser characters for 2 hours now, and that's not added to the time I've done before, because I've been trying to do this for 2 weeks now. This achievement sucks. Okay, I can't do it. I've already won. I have already unlocked everything in the game, but there's a specific achievement that the achievement creator made where it's win 150cc special cup every race with Donkey Kong and Diddy Kong with the Donkey Kong mobile or whatever the heck it's called. I hate this vehicle with a passion. It sucks. Okay.
You were right. You remind me of Pooh Fisher.
Okay, let's make a. Okay, I got an idea. Let's make a poll in the. Alex, I'm not sure if you do. If you could even do stream polls, or if you need YouTube Premium for that or something. I was gonna say, let's do a. Gosh darn it! I was gonna make a joke about. Let's do a poll about who's faster, Donkey Kong or Mike Harmon. That's what I was trying to say. Can you set up a poll in chat? I kind of want to do that now. Let's do that if you can. Who's a better race car trapper, Donkey Kong or Mike Harmon?
Yes, Donkey Kong, voiced by Seth Rogen.
And there's an NR2003 car set for that, for the Mario Kart remaster. But
the Mario Kart car set. I wonder who made that.
Oh, hi. I spent. Dude, okay. The second I saw that the car set get released, I said my dream car set is coming out, and I'm gonna do it. And I spent a good, 5 hours before I went to bed working on those carts for that. Okay, I was dedicated to this idea, and I spent hours doing that, and then I finished the rest the next day. It took less than 24 hours for me to make a cart for every single character in a Mario Kart up to Mario Kart 8. Okay, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, and I was very tired after it, but I was so happy when I finished it because I was like, finally, Mario Kart's on NR. And
I was
I'm so
there.
glad I was able to do that.
Y'all remember the like ancient times when we were on topic?
Sorry, say that again?
The ancient times back in the day when we were on topic on the stream. Before
Oh, when
talking
we were
about
on when we were on topic.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
So it's just like, oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Oops.
We're having guys. We've been you guys have been digesting our content for over 3 hours. We can have a little fun.
Yeah.
Seriously though, if you have more questions for us, obviously throw them in chat. Any of us, but I don't know if we want to get back on topic. I guess Rose Jam, since this is your first time really talking on the channel, you want to talk a little bit about Louisiana and Talladega, if you want.
Yeah, I have no good opinions on the things I've made. You don't want to hear what I have to say about them.
Don't say
I
that.
don't. Okay. Look, Talladega was a mess. Okay, I cannot get. I said this before. I cannot get the AI to do jack crap in NR for some reason. Okay, I just. I can't. I don't know why I can't get that track to work correctly.
Like I said, we'll figure it out.
Louisiana to be decent on the AI. It's still not as good as I want it to be, but I mean, it's at least it functions for the most part.
Yeah. Making a track, even one that doesn't work 100%, is a lot of work though. So seriously, we got to give Rose some credit, even though it's mostly been in the background this whole time.
Absolutely. Sandbox is a very tricky program. You can tell it's an older program the way it functions, but once you get it figured out, you kind of understand how it all works. And like I said, I kind of just mainly, add the objects. I can do all that. I still need to figure out how to put on wall logos. I've been struggling with that one. But
It's the wall logos are more texture based. You have to you have to put like a specific texture on the wall, and it's gonna be it's got to be like on a specific part, and it has to be specific wall half and half wall parts. Like the stick, like you say, like Auto Club Speedway has the Auto Club Speedway, where it says Auto Club Speedway at the start finish line. It's got to be one wall says like half of that where it's like Auto Club or something or whatever, and the second half of that wall is Speedway. But then the rest of the wall can be just a plain blue texture wall until you want something else on there too. Like you'd have to repeat the Auto Club Speedway 2 once if you want to put it somewhere else on the track and stuff like that.
okay.
It's texture. It's weird because you would think it sounds like it should be like just one of like what is it, like a sticker function that it has or whatever, like where like you can just like throw stuff onto the paint, like you can just throw stuff on the track easy, or throw stuff on the grass. It's easy because there's a function where it's just like, oh, place on track. But when it comes to walls, you can't do that. You have to make specific textures for the walls to get wall logos, and it kind of just just makes it go longer when creating a track.
Yeah.
Alex, I think we should have Rose Jam hijack the channel for a night and just do a sandbox tutorial stream. What do you think?
Oh God, no! Oh God! You see, you're gonna see me. You're gonna see me rage quit probably. I mean, not even because of sandbox, but because of like I can make a track in sandbox and even do the I just fine. It's getting the AI to do what you want it to do that I have problems with. And after that has nothing to not really anything to do with the I or sandbox. That's just you have to race a good racing line in the game in testing mode, which I apparently cannot do. Despite having years and years of experience playing racing games. I cannot make a racing line for the life of me. But making sandbox, I can like make everything a sandbox. I great. Making it race, like getting the AI to race correctly, or even pit. Sometimes I have problems getting them to pit correctly. God, I hated that.
I will also bring up Kevin LePage was in the Busch series. I know I didn't bring that up, but he was racing in the Busch Series full time this year. But yeah, I think somebody did a tutorial one time, and he just said the three things you need in that can't speak sandbox are patience, patience, and patience.
Oh, absolutely. I remember this is like years old now, so I don't even think it's still in development. Someone in the community was trying to work on a sandbox too, so that it's not archaic. He worked on it for like a year or two, maybe, but nothing came out of it. I don't know if he quit because it was too much work, or maybe he just didn't have the time anymore or something. But it was just, I was really looking forward to that. No, nothing came from it. Unfortunately, it's like it's probably because all the papyrus files are just so weird compared to any. Like I've modded other games just fine, like racing games or even games like Grand Theft Auto games and everything. I know how to do all that. They're not that hard. But for some reason, when it comes to files and papyrus games, oh my god, they are so weird. I don't know why.
Directing back to chat, Andrew Church raises a valid point. Alex, we might need to cancel the idea. We might need to cancel this idea.
Oh my god.
1998 was the end of an era, so if we need to nuke it, now's a good year to do it.
Oh, perfect.
Let's not do that. But
yeah, but it's all fun.
Right. Andrew Church has got me thinking. I got to look this up. Who is the most obscure driver who ran the 1981 Daytona 500? Who would win if we reran it? I'm looking this up now. Who's the most obscure driver in the field?
Dale Earnhardt.
I mean, I don't know for sure, but I feel like Tommy Gale was up there for that.
Oh, absolutely. He was definitely up there.
I don't know if he would be the guy, but he was up there for it. Let's see. Who's the guys here I have not heard of at all?
I'm looking at the Wikipedia, and even though they list them, they just have a whole sentence dedicated to Dickie Boswell make his only Cup Series attempt at this race. I'm sure we all know who that is.
Who's do any of you guys know who Blackie Wangerin is? That's the name that stands out to me. He finished dead last in this race.
I think I heard of that one.
Yeah, I remember that name.
Excuse me.
Okay, let's look at names. Let's try to find one none of you guys know about, if there's any. Billy Harvey.
No.
Nope.
That might be our guy then.
Does the current Cup roster have sponsorship? Rodney Orr has X-Side. I don't think nobody has Xerox.
All right.
I mean, if you want to look for some obscure drivers, I could probably tell you some drivers from the 70s, because I've been doing a lot of 70s stuff in NR recently.
That 70s show? That 70s show?
Yeah.
Hello, Wisconsin!
Who's okay? Okay, this name stands out to me. AC York.
AC York.
That sounds like an not NR. That sounds like an NBA 2K auto-generated name. Yeah. Okay. Well, this explains it. The 1981 Daytona 500 was his one and only NASCAR attempt. He did not make the race, but he finished 5th in the consolation race, since that was the thing at the time.
Huh.
Yeah.
The consolation. Ooh, okay. The consolation race, which, fun fact, was won by Lake Speed.
Hey.
It's funny because I'm looking at the results, and if we're gonna do a contest for who's the most well-known driver for not driving, I feel like Donna Whittington would be a good candidate for that. For those who know the story. of the Whittington brothers. Some classic 80s time period.
Just gonna send something in our private chat behind the scenes really quick, if you all don't mind. Just gonna send something a real.
Gonna leak.
Not good. It's not sensitive, but no, it's not. I wouldn't call it sensitive, but I just want to just want to send a little something to y'all in the background. Where is it? Where is our chat? I'm losing track of our own chat. There it is. Just want to save a little time behind the scenes and just throw this here while I'm here. Once this loads, just gonna throw this in while I'm out here before we get back or try to get back on topic.
Okay.
just want to throw that out there.
I mean, if you want to know something random that I found out when I was talking about 70s drivers, because I was doing research on 70s stuff for NR and stuff, I one day I saw this. I was going through races, like making roster files and stuff, and I was just like, and there was this one race where there was a Richard Childress and a Ronnie Childress, and I was like, wait, hold up, and slight research says, yeah, that was he. Apparently, Richard Childress's younger brother, Ronnie Childress, raced one race in 1974 and never again. Kind of random.
So there's a fun fact for you all. If anyone wants to create their own alternate history starting in 1974, specifically for some reason, there's your first what if.
What? No, I'm kidding. No, yeah, it was definitely 74. It was so weird. I was just like, why are there two Childresses in this race? Oh, that's why. Cool. And the only reason I got confirmation that was, in fact, it was his younger brother was, unfortunately, due to Reed finding a obituary for the other younger brother who passed away, and it said surviving by their two brothers, Richard and Ronnie, and I was like, oh, interesting. Good to weigh an obituary is how I can confirm that.
Yeah. Alex, let's give you control a little bit, especially since it's getting late. I'm not sure what else you'd like to talk about. I'm good to stay on, even if it's another like half hour or whatnot, and we go to midnight. But I don't know about the rest of y'all. But Alex, what else do you want to talk about? Especially if you can attempt to get back on track. Also, screw you, you West Coaster.
Perish.
This has been fun. I'm not gonna lie, it's been fun having us all together like this.
This was a good idea. You're welcome, since I came up with it.
Yeah, we should definitely do it more often. Yeah, I mean, in the end, I mean, like I said, we set out the mission to make 98 bigger than 97, and that's what happened. So, I'm happy with how everything came out, and we're going to continue the story, man. 1999 is going to be fun and all that fun stuff. So, yeah, we'll get to work on all that. Yeah, Alan Kowecki's a Daytona 500 champion. And I'm not going to lie, I wanted to bring this up too with Shauna winning the championship. If you guys remember back in 2020 when Chase Elliott won the title and he...
in SNL?
Well, real life.
No spoilers. No spoilers.
In real life, and that moment where Jimmy Johnson pulled up to him, they had that moment, kind of like a passing of the torch. I feel like Patty Moyes and Shauna Robinson could have done something similar in that scenario, since Patty won the race and Shauna wins the title. Because it's crazy, because like Patty started this, but she watched so that Shauna could run, kind of. She's a megastar at this point. It's nuts. But yeah, Starlight, what was your idea?
Alex, just another quick update. Sunday Night Lights 1998 currently sits at 271 views.
Woo! Nice.
Maybe this is a little wishful thinking, but do you think there's a chance we could hit 1,000 in 24 hours?
I would love.
You're gonna hit the algorithm.
There's a chance. Everyone, if you haven't yet, make sure you go like the video, and if you know anybody you could share it with, go ahead. You never know.
Yeah, please.
People like videos?
I guess so. Yeah, please feel free to share it around and
I'm pretty sure this was the first time Alex has actually mentioned like and subscribe in a video itself. So we'll see if that gets a big spike because of it. Because I know some YouTubers have said it actually does make a difference.
Okay, because it's like over the years, I was always like, I don't want to sound like a pompous ass, obnoxious kind of guy. You know, it's like, be sure you like,
and that's fair.
You know, and all that. So I don't want to. I didn't want to sound like that kind of guy. But you know, if it means like, hey, you know, if you like the video, feel free to like and subscribe if you want.
Yeah,
you know, kind of like that.
No, and we found a way to make it work because for a bit of context as well for those of you who don't know, Alex and I kind of co-write the scripts, so kind of like generally, I guess you could think of it as, and Alex, I hope you don't, do not take this as me being better than Alex by any means. Kind of, it's Alex organizes it, and I kind of make the flow work and make the style more consistent. So that's kind of why we were like, when we wanted to, even as that kind of like, hey, let's figure out the best way to do this carefully, so we could do something that fits it well.
Yep. DuPont Super Sportsman Series race at Sanair Super Speedway. Let me look this place up.
Sanaire's
the fuck is shooting fireworks? Anyways,
it's for Shauna Robinson.
Yeah. Oh, this is in Quebec.
Yeah, it's like a triangular track.
Ooh, okay.
Does this track exist for NR 2003? Because
probably
this, with all due respect, this looks disgusting. I want to see this in action. This track looks disgusting.
This track looks disgusting.
When Alaska?
It looks like it is in NR 2003.
Oh gosh.
Let me see here. Sanair, yeah.
Thanks for the if it fits enough cars. Thanks for the mock race idea. At least I feel like we have to do it now.
Oh, certainly, yeah.
So
how about we do a race? This doesn't exist for NR because, of course, it wouldn't. Because how about we get on the I think it's Hyundai's 6.5 mile test oval. That's in Southern California.
Oh my god. I was gonna say, why not the big? You said test oval. I was thinking of the one in Gran Turismo.
I mean, that's basically what it is.
No, Root X is what, 17 miles or something.
That's giant.
What's that NR track? The one on the highway, Trenton.
Oh, the highway track.
Yeah, it's like it circles the whole town, and then there's like
I know what you're talking about. Not sure about the name.
Are you talking about that F1 track from a while ago that's like a triangle that's like 17 miles long? Is that what you're talking about?
No. Trenton is a street circuit.
You're talking about Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's the one with like that huge cliff drop on the front, like the start finish line. Let me pull up that.
That's what we do. We do SNL, but it's on the classic stunt track.
Oh, yeah, that
or the rally tracks that are made.
See, once again, this is what the mock race streams are for. This is why we started having fun with them.
Yes.
SNL, but it's at Pikes Peak. And by as much as I wish I meant the oval, I mean the uphill climb.
Never forget the Chili Bowl race we did on that one stream where Shauna Robinson freaking died while leading and then still won.
What's it called?
She just yeeted into the pit entrance.
Bruh, I wish I wish NR made sense more. Because 90% of the time it doesn't.
Yeah.
I'm going to be honest with you.
Right.
Yeah, okay, so it turns out I was actually making a skill issue. It wasn't Trent, it was Thornton.
Thornton. Okay. I think I know what you're talking about. I think.
Yeah, Thornton. There's like a series of tracks that are like really long, these like highways or whatever. The Windy City tracks. Okay,
Oh, those tracks are really cool.
yeah.
Especially the ones, like not all of them, but like a lot of them had like that. I like that black and white filter. It looks really cool. It makes it feel like you're really watching something that's really old school.
Mm-hmm.
If there was like, if they just put a wall on the front stretch, like I would, if I had a fictional series, I would have had it as a race.
Right.
Yeah.
So having walls where we need them, that's so too logical for us.
Yeah. Yeah, if you just
Daytona with no walls.
they're in the walls.
Let's see. So Andrew Church had predictions for SNL Daytona 500 winners. 1999 Rodney Orr, 2000 Kenny Brack, 2001 Rob Moroso, 2002 Andy Houston, 2003 Jason Leveler, 2004 John Nemechek.
Well, if you asked me before this season, I would have said John Nemechek can't because he can't win.
Well, see, good predictions, but my prediction for the next 6 or 5, Rusty Wallace, and Rusty Wallace.
He's going to be back with a vengeance now.
I'm calling it now. He's winning the Cup title in '99.
Here's a fun fact for y'all. So when Alex and I threw around the T-shirt ideas, we had the idea before the Cup season was over, and I had the idea in mind that if Rusty won another championship, the T-shirt was going to say anybody but Rusty.
Not the hater shirt.
Anyone but Rusty. Yeah, he pretty much has become like the most dominant driver of the 90s, like winning those back-to-back titles, and now he's a 4-time champion. You know, things have played out differently. He'd be a 5 or 6-time champion.
Still could be.
True.
Yeah.
The true AU.
For all we know, he could be a next 7-time.
It could be.
Best driver owner in existence. Haha.
Rose Jam, I think you're going to need to explain the joke as much as you hate doing that.
Oh, I hate explaining jokes. Well, I mean, okay, so I've gone, all right. I feel like a lot of people don't realize this, but I am 99.99% sure Rusty co-owned at least his car at Penske. Because when I go to J-Ski, he never had a contract. It was just confirmed he was there. And I was like, okay, what the heck is going on? Because I was looking up for my own thing for like a sheet or something, a spreadsheet for something. And then I looked up and it was like in 2005 or whatever, after Rusty retired, it said Penske bought out 2 previous co-owners, and one of the names was Rusty Wallace. So for a long time, apparently Rusty Wallace was a part owner in Penske, which means he is technically a driver owner.
Huh.
And to go on that, what I really don't understand is what the heck Miller Lite's relationship with Penske is, because that's never had a contract extension on J-Ski either. It was just like confirmed every year. It was Rusty Wallace, and then when he retired, for some reason, it was just confirmed every year on J-Ski with like no doubt. Oh, Miller Lite's back on the 2. Miller Lite's back on the 2. I was thinking, does Miller Lite have an in at Penske or something? Like as a team, like a part of the team owner or something? As far as I know, no. But apparently Miller just really loved Penske. It's just like
it's a B2B deal. Obviously, Miller puts their beer in the trucks.
Oh yeah, no, makes sense to me. But like that's why I like to make that joke. Like every time it's like when I see Rusty, I'm just like greatest driver owner. It's because he actually I'm assuming owned his car at Penske, which I never knew until I went on this very long Google search to find it, and I was like, wow, that's crazy.
There is so much wild stuff in racing info that is just like hidden in plain sight if you know where you're looking. Kind of like what I was talking about earlier with the Nike racing thing, with how I was just at the Hall of Fame because I go there a lot because I live in North Carolina, and I see, wait a minute, I've never seen this logo before. What's this? And then I tell Rose Jim about it. We do some research, and that's how it came about. Because, like I mentioned earlier, literally the only records of Nike racing existing to our knowledge is one Sports Business Journal article, a polo we found on eBay with the Nike racing logo on it, and that decal on Adam's car. Which, by the way, the SBJ article mentions the program also having Tony Stewart, Bobby Labonte, and Adrian Fernandez. We did tons of research, and we cannot find that decal on any of their cars. Only Adam's.
No, yeah, it was weird. I was like, all right, cool, but yeah, it's like they don't even exist.
Yeah, that is weird.
So I wish I could tell you a little more lore about the Nike racing thing, but that's literally all we know. So, but you never know. Maybe we can make this like a lost media search. Let's see if anyone else can dig something up that we couldn't find.
Exactly.
Let's someone get us in contact with Tony himself. He might know something.
No, yeah, we're gonna actually get in contact, and he's gonna be like, oh yeah, that sucked, or something like that. I was thinking it's Tony. I mean, that's probably what he would say.
Nike should have saved Stuart Haas.
Start Haas Nike racing,
Or just Nike Haas.
Yeah. I mean, Phil Knight from Nike has gobs of money he's throwing around right now anyway. He could do it if he wanted to for some reason.
Exactly.
Seeing as how LeBron James is a Nike athlete, seeing as how he's a partial owner of the Fenway Sports Group, seeing as how the Fenway Sports Group owns a part of the NASCAR team, I think we already have a Nike team potential right there already.
RFK would actually do it, though. They would actually fit so well.
Brad Keselowski.
And see, actually, wait. So this all goes back around. Ferris, this all comes back around to your joke earlier about how Nike and Home Depot are not related at all, because Nike and manufacturing aren't related at all. It all makes sense. It's the same thing.
I think I'm gonna call it a night, just call it a night. I think it's like 11:40.
That's totally valid.
Okay.
Yeah. Alex, would you like to send him off since you're the host?
All right. Yeah, I think I'll go ahead and wrap things up here. We're approaching 2 hours, and less than 30 minutes for it to be September. So wake me up.
Yeah,
thanks
for.
Oh God.
But yeah, thanks for joining us, Ferris. It's great to have you. Everyone, thank him in chat if you can. Does a lot for us behind the scenes, especially with the technical side.
Thank you.
Yeah, seriously. Big props to Ferris, to Rose Jam, to Jet for all the help here. Without these guys, this project wouldn't have gotten so far. So I'm really thankful for that.
We tried so hard, and got so far.
But in the end, it did matter.
That's
Jet got trolled by Linkin Park.
Okay, it wasn't just me. Alex fell for it too.
I did. I was like, wait, what are they doing? And then I was like, oh, wait, 9/5, it glitched. Okay, September 5th. Something's going on September 5th. I don't know. Whatever it is, I will support what Linkin Park does, always. So we're getting.
But yeah, Ferris, if you're heading out, Ferris, have a great evening.
Yeah.
Take it easy, man.
We're about to be morning, but
Yep. goodbye, and hope you enjoy whatever off-tangent topic. All right, bye.
See ya.
Yeah.
I don't know about you guys, but honestly, I kind of want to see if we could push this to midnight in the East just for the heck of it.
Yeah.
We've already kind of taken this stream off the rails already, and people are having fun. We still got 9 people here. Why not?
Yeah, why not? I was
We
gonna
can make
say,
it, or should I say 9 o'clock to the damn West Coaster, as I'm going to call you from now on.
the damn West Coaster. Where's that damn West Coaster? I'm just kidding.
West Coaster.
Yes.
Where's that? Well, now that Ferris has left, we got to say, where's that damn 4th SNL member?
Yeah,
Oh, since you mentioned Lincoln Park, I was going to say I keep thinking of recently I've been thinking of ideas just based on we're getting close to the Chevy rock and roll era. Anyways,
yeah, that's
you two are gonna have too much fun with that.
oh, you're goddamn right. Just
Yeah,
mainly,
that-
guys.
I don't.
I want to
listen
make
to
it
enough
my
music.
bands. I don't care if I listen to fucking punk and metalcore. I'm gonna make punk and metalcore on the car.
You said the forbidden YouTube word
word's
again.
the C word,
Man.
and I'm not afraid to use that word either.
Copyright.
Yes.
Copyright. That's the C word.
No copyright law can stop me, Sonic the Hedgehog.
All right. What else can we? What else can we talk about that's at least partially on topic? We gotta find something.
Define on topic.
Let's do that. Let's do this since we're making silly predictions.
Cheeks.
I know we did this on another stream, kind of as a joke, Alex. But everyone make your SNL champion predictions for 2024. Let's do something like that.
Rusty Wallace.
Rusty Wallace. No, Stephen Wallace.
Oh no, yeah, this is the timeline. You have no idea. Gonna get that Penske treatment. It's gonna.
No, it's gonna be Chrissy Wallace. It's gonna be Chrissy Wallace. It's gonna.
Oh no,
it's
see
gonna,
that makes more sense actually.
Yes.
You're right.
It's gonna. We're gonna have Rust. Oh, it all makes sense. Rusty, the power of Rusty Wallace combined with the power of the female. Chrissy Wallace is gonna have a 36 win season.
Shane Van Gisbergen. Yes. More like
Shane Van Hamburg.
Shane Van
Hamburger.
Goatsbergen.
Or maybe it's gonna be one of the OCs that's gonna be added sooner or later. I mean, what?
We are not going down that rabbit hole. That is not our project.
Well, I mean, if we get
That's
too far
perspective.
into the future, I mean,
That's perspective.
we'll run out of people to use. I don't want to end the series.
Fair.
It'll be like a soap opera. We gotta keep going.
Oh no, I was on. No, you have no. Look, I'm gonna be real. So I was on Hulu like the other day, and we were like, 'cause I was
Oh,
trying to
no.
watch something with a roommate. Or either we watched something or we were trying to watch something. Something popped up. It was the General Hospital. And we're like, this is the show that's gone on for 66 years or something. We're like, oh, so we clicked on it. Yeah, 66 seasons. And it was like season 66, episode 237. And I'm just like, oh, hell no. You can't. That's a daily show. A 66-year-old daily show. I can't with that. That's too much. It's too much,
at least-
dude.
Still would watch that before One Piece, though.
But is the One Piece real?
No, it's not.
Absolutely. No. It'll end sooner or later. Probably. It should.
Mm-hmm.
I know Jet doesn't give it two cents about manga or anime, but the creator of the fucking oofy. I
You
forgot
said
his
it again.
name. I forget his name. He said that we are getting to the final arc of One Piece, and everybody's like, "Oh nah, dude." And don't worry, they're going to make something just as long because like again, I know no one else cares, but My Hero Academia is over. Jujutsu Kaisen's on its final arc. I guess we gotta live with Boruto. Anyways.
You made me completely lose my point that I was going to make. I was going to have a side point, but you made me
Where's my
forget it,
Yu-Gi-Oh! Hello Kitty card 23XI?
I remember what I was going to ask now. When are we getting Sunday Night Lights on Hulu? What's it going to take?
Right.
Oh yeah, just send Hulu, send Fox, Disney, whoever the heck owns Hulu, send them the script. They'll be like, oh, this is the best piece of racing media ever.
Yeah.
Days of Thunder couldn't
Disney,
even hold a candle to SNL.
Well, Disney owns Hulu now, so now the question is, what's Herbie Fully Loaded look like in the SNL universe?
Or Cars.
Doesn't Lindsay Lohan say something in that movie about wanting to be the first female cup champion? We can't do that
Herbie,
anymore.
Jesus.
She's gonna have to say, "I want to be the next Shauna Robinson."
Shauna Robinson's going to be the car Herbie jumps over on the fence instead of Jeff Gordon.
It's like, Patty, that car just winked at me. Are you feeling okay, Shauna? I'm pretty sure. I was you feeling okay, Jeff? No, I swear that car just winked at me.
Watch that movie again.
Yeah. Hey, remember when Race Jam was supposed to be a thing?
Oh, God.
That too.
Have to make a Race Jam scheme. It's going to be real in the universe.
Well, Jeff Gordon's got to start winning soon if he wants to be the one in the movie, or otherwise it's going to be John Nemechek or something.
He's going to be saying, in Looney Tunes Back in Action, it's going to be like, yeah, I'm here to pick up my car. It's a modified Ford with a 1 on the side. Can't miss it. At least Jeff won the All-Star race.
In Vegas, baby. He said, let's go gambling, and he pulled it off.
Oh, yeah! That version. I love those little flip note videos. I don't know why. They're just so entertaining.
Let's go gambling.
Oh, skill issue. You crashed your car into my house, and I had the skill issue. Shouldn't leave your house there next time.
That was what Sidney Peterson was thinking when she flipped the gateway.
They're so stupid, and I love it. Welcome to the Race Jam. All right. Oh, am I gonna get copyrighted?
We need
Oh yeah.
Yes. Yeah, but Roast Jam F-bombing like 5 times on this stream. That's totally fine, but you start singing, that's a whole new issue.
Oh yeah, that's like committing a crime. Oh.
Look, I'm just making sure you guys don't get connected to YouTube Kids. It's my job, okay? Don't think you want that.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, that's a good point.
In fact, I honestly, well, actually, you know what? No, if a kid actually had the brain power to just understand anything that's happening in SNL, you know what? Good for them. They deserve it.
That kid is me.
Sometimes
that kid is me.
I watch the race results happen as they pop onto our chat. I don't know what's happening 99% of the time, and I'm just going to be honest about that.
Yes,
I just randomly see, Jimmy Johnson won a race. Oh, cool. And then I'm like, what team does he race for? Even though y'all said what team he raced for like 3 months ago. I'm like, oh, cool. Yeah. Cool.
Yeah. So
I might be somewhat smart, but I also have the brain of an elephant.
So for context, for everyone who's still here, so the way our kind of like internal server works of the 4 of us is we basically have a channel where we log all the race results with a little summary, but we don't really stream them live at all just because NR 2003 is finicky and that can cause issues. So we kind of just have
SNL
me and
live
Alex
would
do
be
all,
wild.
We did that once years ago, but anyway, me and Alex do them and kind of like log the reports live, and that could just lead to some good out of context stuff when we get to that. And every once in a while, when it's a really big race, we'll have it where we we'll have it where we like log during the race live. We did that for the finale this year because we were keeping track of the points live and stuff, and we were all waiting for when is Shauna Robinson inevitably going to wreck to give Rusty the title. All that. And that made for a great live reaction when Shauna had a horrible first pit stop and had to crawl her way back.
Yep.
Even though it wouldn't have really mattered because neither of them won anyway, so she would have been good finishing like 18th or better. But
I mean, yeah. When it comes to my point, it's just because I ignore Discord 99% of the time, even though I'm on 100% of the time. You know?
Yeah.
Well,
that's fair.
You know, sometimes there's just no point. Look, only. All right, I'm just gonna mention. There's only 6 people watching right now. I'm just gonna mention it. NRPG 04. I can't keep track of that. I've missed like a month's worth of stuff because there's just too much going on, and my brain does not care anymore. My brain, I have 2 of the best drivers and one of the best teams, and this AI, this spreadsheet, JGR should not be winless halfway through the season in all 3 series. Okay, it's garbage. I don't like it. Terrible.
I'm sorry. As a player, I'm sorry for you, but in real life, that's just a good timeline.
Oh, I mean, if it ever made it that, if the NRPG ever makes it that far, and it gets here, and I still somehow have the team because I'm probably going to get the team taken away from me for inactivity soon. I'm not even going to lie. The second Ty Gibbs appears on the sheet, I'm going to disown him and never hire him, and I wouldn't even be angry about it. I am a generational hater. I do not care. I do not care if he would bring my team to the promised land. You can go away. I will. I'll hire anybody over Ty Gibbs. I'll hire Austin Dillon over Ty Gibbs. Don't care.
It's literally the gif of the guy from The Office going, "Do not care." It's that. I don't remember his name.
Do not care.
It's literally that gif.
I do not care.
Okay, let's round this back around. How I keep asking, throw questions in chat, but I don't know. Alex, what would you like to talk about that we can attempt to get to? Have this last like 10, 15 minutes of the stream be somewhat on topic.
Rant about how much Austin Dillon sucks.
Jeez. I could talk about. No, I'm not gonna do that. Anyway, overall, to me, it's wild with the Busch series and how stacked it was.
Yeah.
I mean, there was a lot of, and I'm really curious to see how many of those guys are potentially already Cup ready. Not going to spoil anything because we haven't really thought that out yet, but
yeah, Clifford Allison was Cup ready and he went down, but then he didn't have a great year because of how everyone else was going crazy with it.
Yeah, it's just super stacked, and it's really hard to compete in for certain people.
And I'm
time to make Busch Series 2. Just kidding.
Electric Boogaloo.
We don't need a 7th series. Oh gosh. I was gonna say
we don't need another series. Oh, don't worry.
The disappointing part of that to me, I'm biased when I say this, but the slightly disappointing part of that with Clifford Allison is just that Lycos car is probably my favorite Busch series car that I've made.
Yeah.
So I wanted it to do better.
I will say one of my favorites for this year that I did make was the Tim Steele Railvac car. I love how that came out.
Actually, you know what? I might take that back. I think the Jeff Gordon Animal Kingdom car is my favorite Busch car that I made. Even though that was also
GK car.
One of those two. One of those two are are my favorites that I've done. But
I'm a little biased as a
wait a minute, Alex.
I just and a Blaze Alexander person, but you know, Blaze, come on, my man.
Hey, Alex, I just realized something on the Stunod listing. I'm sorry to call you out live on stream. You credited the Clifford Allison car to yourself, not me.
Yikes!
Crap,
Rigged.
I just realized that. I don't know how I missed that earlier.
Allow me to fix that.
I mean, if we're gonna do, I need to say something I thought earlier. I pronounce the website different than you guys, and I don't know why. I say stunod. You guys say stunod, and I'm like, is that how you say it?
I
I used to as well, but then I started saying Stunod because of Alex, actually.
I have always called it stunod, and I was like, is it stunod? Am I saying it wrong?
All right, I fixed it.
Thank you.
Sorry about that.
I just realized that now. I don't know how I missed that earlier when we were preparing this.
Humiliation.
That's a kink.
You fool. Okay, I know it's after dark, but let's not go there.
Hold up.
Aw, dang it.
Aw, dang it.
Well, actually, do you still have a little bit of sunlight, you damn West Coaster, or is it completely down now?
It should be dark now. It's almost 9.
Look out a window. You're at home.
Oh. I wanna.
I don't feel like it, but Jerry Nadeau won 7 races in the Busch Series. He lit the world on fire. It's similar to Kyle Petty in Cup. How how did he not win the title?
Yeah, those 10 extra points really helped him out, didn't it?
I feel like if Kyle Petty hadn't wrecked in those 2 races, and then Kyle Petty had like a 150-point lead going into this, I feel like it would have been anticlimactic, but people still would have just been happy it wasn't Rusty, in all honesty.
Yeah.
Well, if it's anticlimactic, we can just make a playoff system, and it'll be a very close again. 4 drivers at the championship couldn't be me.
Actually, it was 3 drivers, 1 champion.
Actually.
Oh my god, what the? Oh, sorry.
You almost did it again.
I stopped that. I knew what I was saying because it's a meme.
We've got to.
Oh my god!
We've got to be. We've got to be like RT Gamer. We've just got to replace every curse word with YouTube.
What the YouTube is going on here?
I'm sorry, I don't watch popular people. I only watch people with low things. Just kidding. I'm kidding.
Like us.
I mean, yeah. Maybe if you streamed every day, then I could. Then we could say something. I don't know.
Oh gosh, I can't even imagine Alex trying to stream daily and me trying to manage it.
No, it'll be fine because it'll be all 3 of us. Oh, thank you. I got a cookie.
Cookie.
But it's just like, oh yeah, daily SNL streams of what? Who knows?
Welcome to SNL race hub.
Okay.
I mean, I know that would increase their workload by like 100 times, but daily streams does help people out with the algorithm. I'm just putting that out there.
If Race Hub is if NASCAR Race Hub is canceled, then what are they using the studio for? Let's break in. Let's break in and use it ourselves.
I mean, I'll be gone someday. Sometimes I work around this time. We've got to be. We've got to wants to schedule me. I hate my job. Anyways,
we've got to get the life-size 3D model of Shauna Robinson in the Race Hub studio. That's what we got to get.
Oh no. Life-size Barbie Patty Moyes.
The video has hit 300 views, by the way.
Wow.
Also, since it was mentioned, I just want to say we probably don't have any idea what the heck's happening to the point system in NSNL, but I would just like to say if we did go at least, I don't really care what we do point system wise, as long as it's close battles. And this year was definitely all close battles. You're welcome for suggesting 10 points added to the point system for that, by the way. But I do like the original 10 driver chase format. Just wanted to say that. I don't know why, because point systems were managed. I just mentioned. I just want to be like, I do like the original chase format. Then it started getting weird, but whatever. I don't really give a crap.
The correct answer is all of them are good because racing good. That's the correct answer.
Racing good. We
All
love
right,
racing.
so let's start using the Sudoku method of points.
Sudoku?
Yeah, Sudoku is it's a game with points. Did you not know that? Let's use Sudoku
yes.
point system.
Okay, I just stumbled upon this. This is college football related. Cam McCormick just scored a touchdown in his 9th year of
Yes.
NCAA eligibility. He arrived at Oregon with Justin Herbert during the Obama administration and is now at Miami after multiple season-ending injuries. He is the first player to be given a 9th year.
Because he was injured for 4 seasons. Bro, how bad is your leg?
That is insane.
All right, we have hit September in the East Coast. Look at you,
I
Rose.
love
You're
Green
a freaking
Day.
month behind. You're a freaking month behind.
It gives me more time to goon.
Oh my god. No. How long until somebody else what the Sigma or whatever?
Givity.
Oh god.
Don't
Don't give Kevin
no.
Harvick any ideas.
We're shutting down the stream now. All right, good night.
Don't give Kevin Harvick any ideas. Mr. Fugazi. I just love that Mike and Clint went, what?
What? He's like, oh yeah, Keelan says all those words. I know all the words.
I wouldn't even be surprised, honestly.
He's gonna write Skibidi on his car and he's gonna take it to victory lane.
When are we getting the Bush Beer Gen Alpha car? God help us.
Oh no.
Jeez. Oh jeez. To Alex's fans, who are the
I'm
5
very
who are left
dimmer.
here, I'm sorry. We're sorry.
Miami beat
But we've
Florida?
had-
Oh my god.
We've had fun. We've had fun though. You guys have been seriously. You guys are awesome because you've been engaging with us for 4 hours straight. A 2-hour video and a 2-hour stream, and they could probably start wrapping it up. But I'm sure we'll find another couple of patients.
That's about all my job usually gets me is 4-hour shifts. So yeah, close enough, I guess. I hate my job.
Well, sir, you didn't actually end up on the stream until an hour and a half ago or so.
Oh, cool. So I only get paid for 2 hours. No, I'm kidding.
We're not taking this. We're not taking this. We are not taking this stream till it's your midnight. We are not doing that, and we are especially not leaving you alone with the live stream.
I would just turn on Fortnite and play Fortnite. I have unfortunately, you guys know this. I have unfortunately become a Fortnite player. I've realized the game's actually pretty cool, and I hated it for no reason. I'm not even gonna lie to you about that. It's actually a pretty cool game. I was gold 3 in last season. I have no life anymore.
Where's Patty Boys in Fortnite? Where do we get that?
Oh gosh.
Or I can play Mario Kart Double Dash for 5 more hours. I've still been playing this whole time, guys. I still haven't beaten the fucking cup as Donkey Kong and Diddy Kong.
You said it again.
I'm still here. I think I'm literally at this point becoming a professor and his Mario Kart Wii playthrough. Except it's Double Dash for me. I can't do it.
You said it again. You said you F-bombed again on live.
I'm gonna Pennywise your ass. What? I'm gonna hook you up to a balloon and let you fly away.
Oh, gee.
Spoilers for It. That anybody hasn't ever seen It by now.
Yes, the very much overlapping fan base.
I mean, you never know. You'd be surprised how big anime and NASCAR fans overlap. It's actually surprisingly big for some reason.
You're
I don't know why.
intoxicated now. You're intoxicated now.
Oh, you
Roast
don't.
review confirmed.
You don't want me intoxicated on a live stream.
Oh boy.
Like actually intoxicated. I have alcohol in the refrigerator. Don't you get me started.
No.
Don't do it.
Alex, we gotta shut it down.
We're officially done.
We really do need to wrap it up though. So I don't know
Yeah.
what
Oh,
else you want to
dang
add,
it.
Alex. Oh, dang it.
I hate this game.
Unless Alex wants to fundraise and we can make this a streamathon or something.
I mean, I ain't got nothing to do tomorrow. I go to work at 5 p.m. tomorrow, so I can stay up all night if I wanted to.
Yeah, I'd like to get a little extra sleep. I've kind of been slacking on sleep in the past couple of days.
Never heard of it.
Damn.
What is sleep?
It's
What's the
sleep.
you talk about?
What is sleep?
Ah, crap. What is sleep, baby? Don't hurt me. What?
All right. So out of the 6 people still watching, someone hit me with an actual, genuine, thought-provoking question about SNL. Someone hit me with a hard question right at the end.
What is SNL? Is SNL? Where is SNL?
Where is SNL?
Where is SNL?
Everyone always talks about what is SNL, but nobody
Why
asks
is SNL?
how is SNL. How is SNL?
Is SNL?
Is SNL?
If someone
I'm about
asks
to make a
if
name for
Sirius
myself up
looks
in
good,
here.
Someone's got to ask the series how it's feeling.
That's right.
Screw you, Wario, you suck. Anyways, just do the bye 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 dance from Deadpool and Wolverine. I mean, what? I love that
No.
movie. I'm just gonna say it. It was such a good movie. Sonic the Hedgehog 3 is gonna be movie of the year.
Yes.
Well, speaking of Sonic, check out what Starlight just asked. Speaking of Sonic,
Who's the most likely driver team to land Sega sponsorship? Want to see it?
I-
I bet Alex does too.
I have no comment.
well, the answer is Danica Patrick because she's the only one who actually had one.
Bring Sega doesn't fail on this universe. Sega
That's the
Dreamcast
one-
2.
Yeah, we're gonna get the Dreamcast 2 circa 2006.
Yes.
The Dreamcast 360.
Oh no.
Yes. The Dreamcast.
I mean, hey, you know what? If Sega stays, maybe Microsoft goes away. That'll make life a little bit easier for everyone, except maybe Jet.
Shut it.
That's right. I said it. I'm kidding, though. I appreciate you.
Is there an estimated time of release for SNL 1999? Obviously shooting for the fall. Take it with a grain of salt, but end of November maybe.
Shoot.
But yeah.
Realist. Yeah, we obviously don't like to set dates until we have them firmly, but I think I speak for Alex when I can pretty confidently say it will be after the real racing season, just by virtue of how long these take.
Oh, dang it.
So it will. I would agree. It's probably going to be late November. Might have to be early December if things get delayed a little bit, but that's still technically fall because the fall doesn't begin until December 21st for some reason.
So I have until December 20th, which is my birthday.
And the day Sonic 3
There you
comes
go,
out.
that's-
comes out. Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
I know what I'm
Oh.
doing on my birthday.
No, yeah, I was like, I know what I'm doing on your birthday, too.
I remember I saw that and I went, "Oh my god, this is perfect."
Don't worry, that's
But
a
yeah, that's
day one.
yeah,
I'm going. That's a first showing I can find. That's what I did for Deadpool and Wolverine. I watched the first showing that was that came out. I was no regretting that. I'm gonna do it with Sonic 3 too. And Sonic 4 probably, if there is one. Please.
I wouldn't be surprised.
I saw a TikTok and it was like saying like of all the franchises who have given the fans the most hope in their movies, it's not Star Wars, it's not Disney or anything like Disney, it's not even Marvel. It's Sonic the Hedgehog. They made us trust them after the first two films to make a really good third one. And I trust them more than any other film series to actually make a good third film. And I'm like, you right, my guy, you right.
Can you believe that? Can you believe that we hit this point after the original Gangsta's Paradise trailer? Can you believe that we've gotten all this way? We all remember. Now you're gonna get copyrighted, Alex.
I don't care anymore.
We've come all this. We've come all this way since then. I can't believe it.
So if it releases on his birthday, December 25th. Oh, yours is the day after mine. Yeah, you could consider it like fair.
Wow, too many Capricorns.
Don't think it's gonna be that late.
Yeah.
We gotta do the all right. If something stupid happens and we have to delay it into December, we gotta get the Kmart How the Grinch Stole Christmas car into SNL somehow, even though it's a year early.
Yes.
I'm sure it'll be fine.
Because that was a real car, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. That didn't it run like the Clash the year after? Because this was back in the era where movies would be in theaters for 5 months and not 3 weeks.
Let me take a look here.
Oh yeah, definitely. Shout out to Borderlands for being one of the worst movies ever made, and then going straight to streaming after like a month.
Yeah, it was 2000. It was the 2001 Clash. That checks out.
Wasn't that the number? Was it the number 5? Was it? Or am I crazy?
It was Jimmy Spencer's 26.
Oh, because I was like, there were so many movie cars. Because I remember there's a Shrek. There's Shrek. Shrek 2 as well. There's
what you're thinking.
Monsters Inc.
What you're thinking of is that there was a. Oh wait, no. Okay, there were 2 of them. Okay, so there was one in the fall of 2000 that was driven by that was the 5, and then there was one.
I knew there was a number 5 car.
And then they did it again for the Clash in 2001 since the movie was still in theaters for some reason.
That's wild. That's wild that they could just have a car based on one movie, 2 cars for one movie, 3 months apart like that. That's just how long, when theaters actually were a thing. What?
Yeah.
Might as well not be a thing anymore.
What's a movie theater?
What's a movie theater? I don't know. We're getting to the point where I'm pretty sure people are going to start. Kids are going to be like, "What's a mall?" And I'm going to be like, "Oh,
yeah."
Damn Chan Alpha.
Exactly. Darn iPad kids.
All right, we should really get wrapping this up, Alex.
Yeah,
How would you like to wrap this?
Rookie numbers.
You meant for SNL.
Well, I was referring to SNL when I asked that question, but if you wanted like 1999 answer, I guess Alex could delete that.
I mean, I have ideas, but I don't want to say anything.
I have seen those ideas. Yes.
Haha.
All right, guys, I'm going to give you guys a really big 1999 spoiler that we have decided. There will be a car with a 2-digit number.
Oh.
Can
Is it 17?
It's somewhere between 10 and 99.
Oh. Also, no, it's 00. Got it.
Oh, yeah. Those
Dang.
Or 00 to 09. Somewhere in there.
Somewhere in that range. Yoink. Yoink.
Yoink.
Yoink. I'm throwing green shells at people.
again, I just think of Pro Fisher. He's like, of course, he gets mad and he starts going all Joker oriented.
Bro, see, I like his videos and they're very fun, especially when he raises. But when he showed the picture of him of a broken, getting rarer and rarer Princess Peach Wiimote, I was very sad
Yeah, he's
because
broken.
those things are becoming very rare, and I'm glad I have one, and it's gonna stay in mint condition.
Yeah.
Starlight, if you want a 1999 answer to that question, I'm just looking at our background sheet and I'm just thinking Casey Elliott's the youngest driver in Cup right now, and you know what? Video games and Pepsi go together well, so maybe let's just throw him out there.
I mean, if you like, yeah, Mountain Dew. There you go. Except instead of Mountain Dew and Microsoft, it's Mountain Dew and Sega. Let's do it. Let's bad word it. Let's go.
Let's YouTube it.
Let's YouTube it. Yeah.
But then again, that's just a idea,
Yep.
which there are many of, and
Yeah,
anything can happen.
Absolutely, we have many ideas. Many ideas.
You could even say there's infinite ideas, like Racing Infinity.
The Infinity War.
Ooh.
Thanos.
We do not have a teaser for the next one before you start thinking that. In fact, if
Where's
anything,
What?
In fact, if anything, I don't blame Alex if he wants to take like a week or two before he actually starts making the next Racing Infinity. I don't blame him.
Yeah, I'm tired.
Yoink.
I do remember that Mark Martin car. You did a really good job on that. But yeah, we'll figure it all out for sure.
So, any final thoughts, Alex? You want to lead off with?
In the end, just thank to.
It doesn't matter.
We're a couple years away from that, by the way, in SNL. Right now, they're still called Xero, Xero. But anyway,
Oh god.
seriously, thank you everyone for your support. Like I said, we had the most views for a premiere ever at the most beloved number there is, 69. Um, oh,
Hard.
it only seems fitting that it topped off at that. Yeah, seriously, thank you. It means a ton. So many people have been saying how much they loved it, and especially really wanted to hit hard with that outro, and just explain why racing is so great. And the story will continue. And yeah, stay tuned for what the next Racing Infinity is, as well as updates for Sunday Night Lights in 1999.
Thank you all for joining us.
Thank.
Y'all take it easy. Thank. And yes, in the end, it doesn't even matter. Thank you guys so much. Have a wonderful night. Have a wonderful Labor Day weekend and all that good stuff. And I will see you all next time.
Bye.
Y'all have fun.